Hey, what's up everyone, I'm Andrew and in this video I have MSI Leopard Pro, and this laptop was found in an e-waste bin. The laptop has a barely few screws from the inside, and from the outside no screws. Also no RAM, no disk, no CMOS battery, no charger, nothing, just the motherboard, the screen and the palm rest. I got this laptop a couple of months ago. A friend who works collecting e-waste found it and bought to me this machine for parts. From the outside the laptop is in a great shape, not broken, the display is good and all the plastics are in incredibly good condition. I didn't test the laptop at first, because who's gonna throw something like this if anything is okay? Mostly the motherboard is that, or the dedicated GPU is the problem, or something else that is not easy fixable. But I put some parts and I connect power adapter. By the way, I used Asus power adapter because everything is the same. And the laptop has started, which I totally didn't expect. So I start testing the laptop. I turn on and I turn off the laptop a dozen of times, over and over again. I check the temperatures, I check the motherboard, I check the whole laptop, and everything seems okay. Then I install Windows and all the drivers. And the laptop is working just normally, with no problems at all. And I can't believe my eyes. This is like 1 in a million chance. Now, I move to check the laptop in detail, disassembling, checking all the parts, and later cleaning. And a few words about this machine. This is MSI GP72 Leopard Pro, released back in 2015. The CPU is 4th generation Intel i5, and the GPU is NVIDIA GTX 950 with 2 gigs of video memory, and this is the most basic model. Also, this model is available with a 5th generation Intel i7 CPU, which is a little bit better model. In 2015, the MSI released many different laptop models and other tech, and the best thing that MSI released was the MSI GT80 Titan SLI. And that was a monster of a laptop for that time. That machine has an 18.4-inch display, mechanical keyboard, up to 32GB of RAM support, 5th generation Intel i7 CPU, and 2 NVIDIA GTX 980M graphic cards SLI connected. The GTX 980M was a very solid GPU. Even today the GTX 980M can run many games, and it's far from obsolete. The Titan laptop was a little bit thick and heavy, but at the same time a very different thing on the market and a very beautiful laptop. 2015 was a nice year for computer world, but we're gonna continue with that later in the video. After I was done with disassembly, I moved to cleaning and checking the electronics and anything around. To clean the parts I used standard things as always, like soft brushes, cotton buds, 96% isopropyl alcohol, plastic sparger sticks, and soft cleaning clothes. The thermal paste was dry, but this is very expected because this is a factory paste. In general, this machine is surprisingly clean and well maintained before, but while cleaning I found something else. The motherboard was a little damaged to some points, and here was one short circuit. But anyway, I got it all fixed. The damage may cause stability issues and audio issues. While testing the laptop before, I found that the laptop sometimes slows down or sometimes like a short freeze, and the audio doesn't not work later. But fortunately, that was a very minor problem that is super easy to fix. Actually, while cleaning I tested the laptop a couple of times to be sure that the problem was solved. I just put the laptop on a desk and connect all the parts. Actually everything was separated, but was enough to be tested. While cleaning I pay attention to any single part. I want to be sure that everything is going to be cleaned well and that everything is good and functional. Actually, this is not a classic restoration, but it's more like refurbishing something. To clean the display, I used anti-static glass cleaner and a little isopropyl alcohol. Also here I didn't remove the front bezel, because the bezel is still very well sticked and well sealed, so I don't want to damage the factory glue, which in any case is much better than some aftermarkets. Now let's back on some things that happened back in 2015, or the year when this laptop was released. In 2015, and a year early, the MSI sold over 100 million graphic cards. And in the name of that, the MSI made graphic cards that were green and black, instead of standard red and black color. And I think that was NVIDIA GTX 970, and the GPU comes with some additional stuff in the box. Now I'm done with cleaning, let's return to the laptop and later I will continue. Also I found that the motherboard was repaired before, in some other places, but the repairs are done pretty well and very unnoticeable. The small short circuit was actually the result from later and has no connection with the previous repairs. So whoever done this repair before has done a great job. While assembling, let's continue with some stories from the tech world. In 2015, the gaming world got some new titles that are well known even today, like The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Halo 5, Fallout 4, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, Rocket League, and many others. But also, GTA 5 was released for PC after almost 2 years of waiting. In 2015, the last DDR3 motherboards were released, like the Z97 chipset 1150 socket and the X99 chipset 2011-3 socket motherboards. Also, that was the last year of the NVIDIA 900 series graphic cards. The next year, 2016, the DDR4 RAM hit the market, and as well new graphic cards like NVIDIA 1050, 1060, 1070 and 1080. And from AMD we got RX 470 and 480. Also in 2015, Windows 10 was released, and here things started to change rapidly, especially in the graphics and gaming area. With a full DirectX 12 support, the experience in graphics details was much different and with more details. But also in 2015, we released many new different things, and here everything started to move in a different direction. Also 2015 was the year when one era ended and another era began. Now let's return to the laptop. On this machine I placed 8 gigs of RAM and 240 gigs SSD, just to continue with testing, and if anything is okay, then this machine will be upgraded to 16 GB of RAM and 512 GB of mSATA SSD, M2 SSD. Actually, I'm not yet sure about how this machine will act while playing games and when the hardware is working at the max. So I want to do more stress tests first, before anything else. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep this laptop. I already have one laptop, so I'm going to return this laptop to the guy who brings me. I think he's going to be very happy to have it. I know, it's an old laptop, but still not bad at all. And I'm done with assembling this machine. Now, one more time I cross over a little cleaning and final dusting off. And after making all these changes, this is the final result. Now let's take a closer look. From the outside, the laptop is looking incredibly good and nice. And the most important thing is, this MSI is fully functional. I tried using this laptop for most basic things, such as web browsing, watching videos and movies, listening to music, and working with some basic documents, and everything is going pretty smoothly. I noticed one more thing. The battery started holding a little bit. Not much, but under average usage, the battery keeps between 25 and 35 minutes, which is not bad for this laptop. Now let's move to some games. On this machine I installed 2 games, Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And first I will start with the Origins. Here I go with the lower settings and full display resolution. And the game is going just okay. And a few words about this game. This is Assassin's Creed Origins: The Curse of the Pharaohs, and it's a very long game to play if you want to finish 100%. But also a game with a very beautiful story. The game is placed in a desert, but the desert is full with some different things and mysteries. The main character is Bayek of Shiva, with the eagle Senu and Bayek's wife Amunet, born Aya of Alexandria. But the story is much deeper, more beautiful and pretty large. Also, this is the library of Alexandria, which in reality was full with knowledge from everywhere. And this is the same library where Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey left the Herodotus scrolls. Anyway, the both games are very connected, and connected with many other things that are out of the game, I mean with the real world. The Assassin's Creed Odyssey is running well on this machine, but using close settings. Also, this is one great game, and full of mysteries as well, and also connected with the many real events. In this game, you can choose between two different characters, Alexios and Cassandra. The game is super long and super beautiful to play, especially with expansions. And the cool thing is that Alexios and Cassandra from the Assassin's Creed Odyssey are related to the Aya from Origins, who is supposedly Cassandra's descendant, and the Bayek is the main character in Origins, so here the things are pretty much connected to many ways. Well, and this is all about this MSI Leopard Pro laptop, and I'm very glad because this machine is in function again. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope this video will give some inspiration and ideas to back some stuff in function again, or do some changes to better, or find some game ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.